Recently, I've been sharing many different drawing techniques on my channel. With the arrival of summer and nature coming to life, my desire to notice and draw flowers came back to me. I finally started a Scientific Botanical Illustration course. I have been following for a long time. We are now in our 6th week. We began with fruits, drawing everything from eggs and apples to pears, tomatoes, and even bell peppers. This journey has given me such a different perspective. I had never examined a bell pepper in such detail before. Now, when I walk through the garden and see a tomato, I notice the details I never saw before. If I go even deeper, examining something as simple as a green onion in such detail allows me to reflect on how beautifully everything is created. It leads me to a place of contemplation. Even if it's just a tiny drawing, I love how it reminds me of the Creator. Let's begin to draw. I was very careful not to damage it by washing. Since I couldn't find a perfectly flat surface, I ended up hanging the onion on my laptop. Measuring is both the hardest and the most crucial part of botanical drawing. I started determining the maximum horizontal width of the plant. Also, I am checking my instructor's drawings for the guidance as I go. I carefully measure the total height, including the roots, and transfer it to my paper. Then I focus on the thickness of the stem and the specific measurements of the protrusions with the bumpy parts. Once the measurements are correct, sketching the outline becomes one of the most enjoyable parts for me. Please keep in mind that I'm still in the learning phase, so this video is more about my trial and the error. I struggled a bit with the nodes or segments of the onion. I had to erase and redraw them many times. It's also my first time drawing the roots, and I'm very sure there are plenty of mistakes. But seeing the plant come to life on paper makes me so happy. I am finding the shading a bit challenging right now because I'm missing a few pencil grades, which makes it hard to get enough contrast. However, I'm starting with the darkest tones first. At this stage, I'm completely focused on the plant. My eyes never leave it as I try to capture every line and detail. Honestly, I really enjoy this deep observation during the shading process. I could have detailed the roots even further, but I didn't want to push myself anymore today. Thank you for watching. I have just started experimenting with English storytelling. So thank you for your patience with my mistakes. Goodbye.